Hello, in this tutorial I'll be teaching you to look OLL. OLL stands for orientation of the last layer. It is the third step of the CFOP method and it's used to get the top to the same colour. Full OLL is a one-step process and it requires you to learn 57 algorithms, which is quite a lot. So there is a beginner version called to look OLL, which only involves learning 10 algorithms, but it is slower as you use 2 algorithms in a solve instead of 1. Here is a short summary of how to look OLL works. When you get to OLL stage, the first 2 layers should be solved, and now the objective is to get the top face all yellow. So the first step is to do one algorithm to orient the edges, so now we get a yellow cross on top, and then we do another algorithm to orient the corners, and now the top is all yellow. For to look OLL purposes, a piece in the top layer is oriented if the top colour on the piece is the same as the colour of the top centre. For example, these edge pieces are oriented as the top colour on the edges and the top centre are both yellow. These 2 corner pieces are oriented for the same reason. However, these 2 edge pieces are misoriented as neither orange nor blue matches yellow, and similarly, these 2 corners are also misoriented. Now that we know the basics of to look OLL, let's start learning the algorithms. Step 1. Orienting the edges. The first step of to look OLL is to orient all 4 edges, getting the yellow cross on top. When recognising these cases, it's important that you ignore the corners and just focus on the edges. There are 4 possible cases. You could have 2 opposite edges oriented, so it looks like a line, 2 adjacent edges oriented, so it looks like a small L shape, no edges oriented, so ignoring the corners there's just a dot, or you could already have all 4 of your edges oriented, and you can see a cross. If you already have a cross on top, so all 4 edges are oriented, like in this case, you can skip step 1 and go directly to step 2. If you have 2 opposite edges oriented, so it looks like a line, you should hold the line horizontally. Then you should do this algorithm: F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And now all 4 edges are oriented and we have a yellow cross on top. Instead, if you have 2 adjacent edges oriented, so it looks like a small L shape, you should put the small L shape in the front right corner like this. And then you should do an algorithm that is similar to the previous one, but it starts and ends with wide moves. Wide F, R, U, R prime, U prime, wide F prime. And now all 4 edges are oriented and we have the yellow cross on top. Lastly, if you have no edges oriented, so ignoring the corner pieces there's just a dot, then you can do the first algorithm followed by the second one, and that would go like this: F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, wide F, R, U, R prime, U prime, wide F prime. And now all 4 edges are oriented and we have the yellow cross on top. Step 2. Orienting the corners. After orienting the edges, the second step of to look OLL is to orient all 4 corners, getting the top side to the same colour. There are 7 possible cases for this step, apart from the rare case when the top is already fully oriented. I will show you how to recognise and execute the algorithms to these 7 cases. If you have one corner oriented, you should first put it on the front left, like this. Then, if you see a yellow sticker on the front over here, you should do this algorithm called Sune. First, take out this F2L pair with R, U, R prime, and move it over here with U, and then insert with R, U2, R prime. And all 4 corners are oriented and the top is all yellow. If you have one corner oriented and you put it on the front left, but you do not see a yellow sticker over here, then instead you should put the oriented corner in the back right, like this. Then you should do this algorithm called Antisune. First, take out this F2L pair with R, U2, R prime, and move it over here with U prime, and then insert with R, U prime, R prime. And now all 4 corners are oriented and the top is all yellow. If you have no corners oriented and 2 yellow side stickers on one side are facing the same direction, and 2 yellow side stickers on the other side are also facing the same direction, you should make sure that one of the pairs of yellow side stickers is on the front like this, and then you should do this algorithm called H. First take out this F12 pair with R, U2, R', and move it over here with U', and then do R, U, R', U', and then insert with R, U', R', and now all four corners have been oriented and the top is all yellow. If you have no corners oriented and two yellow side stickers on one side face the same direction like the previous case, however on the other side the two yellow side stickers face opposite directions, then you should hold the ones that face the same direction on the left and the ones that face the opposite direction on the right, like this. Then you should do this algorithm called pi. R, U2, R2, U', R2, U', R2, U2, R. And now all the corners have been oriented and the top is all yellow. If you have two oriented corners that are adjacent to each other and the two yellow side stickers are facing in the same direction, you should put the two oriented corners at the back like this. Then you should do this algorithm called U. R2, D, R', U2, R, D', R', U2, R'. And now all four corners are oriented and the top is all yellow. If you have two oriented corners adjacent to each other like the previous case, but the two yellow side stickers are facing in opposite directions, then you should put the oriented corners on the right like this. And then you should do this algorithm called T. Wide R, U, R', U', wide R', F, R, F'. And now all four corners are oriented and the top is all yellow. If you have two corners oriented that are diagonally opposite each other, then you should make sure that you can see both yellow side stickers, like this. And then you should do this algorithm called L. F, R', F', wide R, U, R, U', wide R'. And now all the corners have been oriented and the top is all yellow. That's the end of this tutorial and I hope you now understand 2Look OLL. If you need any help, pause the video here and use this 2Look OLL algorithm sheet that I have made. If you want to learn a specific algorithm in this video, the timestamps to each algorithm will be in the description. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments and I will answer it. After 2Look OLL, the next step of beginner CFOP is 2Look PLL, which solves the rest of the cube, and you can learn that by clicking on this video. Please subscribe with all notifications and remember to like and comment. Thanks for watching.